How you guys doing? This is Buns with Pro Play Games here with Neil, and Neil just got second place in the Dragon Ball Super Invitational here in Richmond, Virginia. And what did you play today?
I played TOWA.
Nice. Let's get into this list. Why did you pick TOWA?
TOWA was in testing has been really strong against most of the field. HOM, Skillless, and Shenron Gogeta. It tests really well against all of those variants for the most part. And I just figured that I had the best chance of doing pretty well with TOWA. Me and the guys have just been testing this crazy, just perfecting our list, and it still needs a little bit of work. I mean, it's going to change next set, but we have we really like where it is right now.
Nice. All right, so let's get into the deck.
So with TOWA, activate main, you can burst 3 in order to look at the top 5 for any Fu or Mirror card. And then in order to awaken, you have 10 cards in the warp. Then you can untap 1 energy and then draw 1 card.
Cool.
On the backside, you have activate main, choose 3 cards in your warp, put it back into the drop in order to give a Mirror critical. And then once per turn you have an activate battle, pay 1 mana, or pay 1 energy, discard 1 card in order to negate any keyword skill on a battle card. And that's the main reason play TOWA, is like that effect is just really good. Alright. Start with extra cards. You play 3 minus Killy Zone. It's really in here to help awaken faster, because you're able to take cards from your drop and put them into your warp easier so you can get to the 10. It also helps out a lot because not everything in this deck has deflect, so it just opens up your plays a lot more, especially when you come into the sideboard. We have our negate of choice. It's going to be Power Burst. I mean, it's the best negate that we have in black. A lot of the times, because I'm overwhelming every single turn, I don't always have sparking, but it doesn't matter because we just use it to recycle our 1-drops. We just extra 5k combo power or whatever combo piece that I need. One of the MVPs for the day was going to be the new Supreme Kai from the Anniversary box. Counterplay, I can play this and draw 1 card, and neither player can attack with 2 drops or less. So it helps out to stave off aggression, which is one of the ways, like one of the problems that TOWA has, is facing off like early game aggression before you're able to awaken. So these helped out a lot. We're playing a Toki Toki package.
Okay.
This helps out a lot with a card we're going to see later on. You're just recycling your 1-drops, shuffling your deck over. The main thing you do with this deck is you keep on manipulating your warp, manipulating your deck, making sure all the pieces are in the right places so you can do whatever plays you need to.
Right.
And Toki Toki helps facilitate that. Target for Toki Toki is going to be Time Control Cronoa. Shugesh is still an issue for the time being, so you play it. A lot more people are going lower to the ground, so we're playing 2 Kami. If they swarm the board, you just respond with this and just make sure just wipe everything. Because a lot of my threats are above 4 energy, I don't really mind sacking a couple dudes in order to make sure that they don't have a board anymore. You play the 1 of Dende. This actually came up against Shenron Gogeta, who uses objection to ramp. So being able to Toki Toki or just having access to this card in the deck came really clutch against Shenron Gogeta.
Nice.
We got Vegeta Time Regulator. This card is amazing. Once per turn, well, first off, it's a 2-drop 15k, which is it's an amazing stats on its own. Once per turn, when you overwhelm, you can take 2 black battle cards that cost 7 or less, put it to the bottom of the deck, and then draw 1 card every time when you overwhelm. And then you combo that with Toki Toki, and you're able to just fetch out a 1-drop. You get a free shuffle, and then those cards will just be randomized back in the deck, so you can see them later on.
Nice.
This combo is really strong. It basically makes it like a true magic deck, essentially, which is why I really like playing. Next we got a super combo of choice. Supreme Kai Time. You're pretty much overwhelming every single turn. You can set up the requirements to have 5 in the warp by turn 1 most of the time. It's just an all-around, just the best super combo you can use for this deck. And being able to recycle super combos with Vegeta Toki Toki is just one of the most busted things you can do in this entire game. We play TOWAs because we need them to union absorb, and it also goes really good with the theme of the deck. I don't typically like to attack my opponent and give them any kind of advantage. Typically what you do with this deck is you neg them a bunch of cards however way you want, whether it's by taking away their battle cards, making them discard, making them warp, attacking a critical, and this just helps facilitate that. We need TOWAs in the deck in order to union absorb for our mirror chain, and we went with a 4-2 split. This one can grab 3 drops, but it's Dark Overwhelm, so this is not going to trigger with the Vegeta. And this is free, and it grabs 2 drops or less. So it came in clutch a lot of the times, whether it's using your ability to negate barrier and then stealing Path to Greatness, or against Kid Ku to just steal the 1-drop Kid Ku or steal one of their 30Ks. All game, they were just fantastic. We have our mirrors. We need mirrors and foos to grab off the leader effect because we don't draw on the backside, so this is our main port of advantage. This is typically going to be your turn 1 play, is to use TOWA's effect to burst 3, look for a mirror, and then play this mirror, overwhelm 3, so you're not really wasting any cards, and then they have to discard a card. Chaining 2 to 3 of these, like turn after turn after turns 1, 2, 3, is really oppressive. Like your opponent really starts to feel like the low hand size. It hurts a lot opening them. Then we have our main mirror chain, which is going to be our 2 different mirrors, playing 4 of the new mirror from the anniversary box, and then 3 of the mirrors from set 4. They both pretty much do the same thing, but this mirror does it a little bit better. This guy has Deflect, and it has Double Strike, and when you play him out for 4, you can play him out for 4 if you have 10 in the drop, or in the warp. You can swing with him for Double Strike, and then when you absorb TOWA from your warp, he'll stand back up, and then you can grab the 7 drop from your deck and play him. This one is Overwhelm for 3, no energy, tap 4 energy, and then absorb the TOWA from warp, and then play the 7 drop from hand or warp. So depending on where the mirrors are and is which one you would play. I like playing this one better because you're able to swing with this with his Double Strike, and then TOWA giving him critical, and then you're able to just play the big boy. They have to warp 3 cards, and it's just really good.
Seems solid.
We play one of Invasion Power Mirror. It's just for more aggro if you need it. Mainly it's for the Shenron matchups, so that you can just. That's the only real matchup you want to hit them down, because they need their life in order to get off their plays with at all costs and Gogeta or what have you. So it's just in there as just cheap Double Strike, add aggression. And we're playing our big boy mirrors. This is the one that we play off of the other mirrors. When you play him off of Union Absorb, then it gains Double Strike for the turn, and your opponent has to warp 3 cards in their hands, and then for every card in the warp, he gets 5k power when they for the swing. So this is like the big boss monster of the deck, and it's really flexible. Because if you have it in hand, you can always just overwhelm it for 1, and then you just have a cheap combo to 1,000,000. You can give it critical. It's just the all-star of the deck.
Nice.
For foos, because we also gain foos, we're playing one of Scientist Foo. It never felt bad. It actually helped out a lot against Shenron. Just more aggression, being able to draw 2 cards. It felt really good. Dimensional Banisher Foo. This guy was also amazing. Being able to use TOWA leader and negate barrier, and then playing dimensional food to warp whatever problem cards was really, really good. And also just cheap double strike. Sometimes you don't always have to attack the leader. It's just a lot of the times I'll just play him, warp something, and then attack it to the battle cards and just keep their field low. And then we play one of Food Dark Banisher. This card is amazing. He's the new MVP. Every single time that when you play this, it's really expensive. It's Overwhelm 8 cards, pay 4 mana, but you get a triple attack 25k that every single time that they swing, every single time that they activate any ability, if they want to beam, if they want to negate, if they want to use a pseudo combo or a super combo, they have to neg 1 card in order to activate that skill. And it's just really, really oppressive to just being able to, it just goes with the theme of they don't have a hand.
And that's the main deck?
That is the whole main deck.
Right, so in the main deck, what would you say your favorite card for the weekend was?
My favorite card of the weekend was probably, I mean, mirror. This 5-drop mirror is just the MVP.
And if there was one card you could change out, like one card that just didn't really feel right this weekend.
Honestly, there wasn't really anything that didn't feel right. The deck is in a really solid place. Obviously, we're about to lose some stuff when the new ban list hits, because our Cronoa has become invalid because Shugesh is gone and we can't play Killy Zone. So in order to replace those, there's the new Supreme Kai blocker draw card. It's also a 3k you can get off of Toki Toki. You can play Mass Saiyan in the main if you want to, but I didn't feel like I needed it in the main. The deck itself is just really, really solid. It's really high skill cap too. Like, it takes a lot of brain power just to look ahead and make sure you're playing correctly, and I didn't play it correctly. There was just some really key misplays that I made that cost me the game, but it's okay, you know, second place is still second place.
Alright, so let's get into the sideboard.
For the sideboard, we're playing one more Dark Banisher Fu. This came in clutch against the Genema matchup because just being able, I was able to aggro him down and just play this, and he didn't expect it at all. This card is just really, really good.
Nice.
For green and yellow decks, which I only really sided it in for HOM Broly, Haru. I mean, it's a sideboard staple since it came out. It's a powerhouse, critical, play it on tap 4, so it's more than free. It refunds you mana. It's just so good. It didn't come up in this tournament, but you also have the option of milling 2 more when you play it, and because of the way our leader works, you might want to do that sometimes. Trunks, it's more aggro. He's able to get combo pieces. You can recycle this Fu with the Trunks if you know you're going to survive the next turn. But a lot of the times I use it to grab back either a Vegeta or one of the mirrors that I needed, a combo, or I needed for my combo pieces or anything like that. It was just an all-around good choice to play. The main way that I played this was I would play this and then recycle TN for the Geneva matchup, which did come in clutch a lot. I was able to play this, grab the TN, and play it again after I already played it and it was destroyed. So the TN came in clutch. Deadly Defender Son Goku, this was mainly in for any kind of Shenron or Purunga Victory Strike. Because I didn't face any, it never really came in, and it just felt bad to play this card against Broly, so I wouldn't take it out of the sideboard, but for this event it just was a non-factor. Mass Saiyan, this came in mainly for the Kid Ku matchup because they like to swarm the board, and even though that's already a really good matchup, it's just another double striker. This card actually came in clutch during Shinjita as well because it's more aggression. And also the main reason that I won that matchup was because I was able to combo 10k more, because there's not that many 10ks in the deck. Just the mirrors, and you don't really want to I mean, you want to make sure you're playing those mirrors. So this card was very clutch. Dark Power Black Mass Saiyan. Again, this comes in for Pan, and it also comes in for the Shenron matchup. It just helps you awaken. It just limits their options because I mean, it Chain Zeno, they have to neg 2 cards, and it never really came up in the Shenron Gogeta matchup, but because they don't really want to summon anything. But it just being able so that they will have the World Peace, a super combo, if they needed it, just eliminate that option altogether. Either way, the deck ran solid, and yeah, it was pretty smooth. There was a couple misplays that cost me the game, but other than that, that was just player error. The deck is super sweet.
Awesome. Well, congratulations for your victory this weekend. Second place is still good, and I hope to see you at future events. Perfect. Thank you.